So, welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. The idea is very simple. We want you to make this MCQ practice a daily habit of yours. Plus, we also want you to revise your current affairs on a daily basis. Therefore, this lecture series would have a twofold purpose: to give you a better revision of current affairs and to give you the much needed MCQ practice. Because 4 to 5 MCQs covered on a daily basis would add up to more than 1200 MCQs just before your prelims examination, and that too from the topic of current affairs alone. Therefore, make this lecture series a daily habit of yours. Alright, let's begin today's discussion with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding Global Pandemic Treaty. It is a treaty whose negotiations started in December 2021 and all members of WHO except USA have signed it. It is the only legally binding accord in WHO's 75-year history. As per this treaty, WHO can mandate countries for equitable sharing of benefits. Now look, recently WHO released draft pandemic treaty. Now remember, currently it is in draft stage. That means it hasn't been signed or ratified by any country. It will be put to ratification in World Health Assembly, which is going to be conducted in May this year. So it is currently in draft stage. Okay. So first statement is false because it is not signed by any members of USA, not even any members of WHO, not even USA. Okay. Now, if this treaty is ratified by members of WHO, well, this will be the only legally binding accord in WHO's 75-year history. No, that is not true. This will be the second legally binding agreement. The first one was Tobacco Control Treaty. So, Tobacco Control Treaty was basically signed in or enforced in 2003. After that, this will be the second legally binding treaty. Okay, so this is also false. Now, this treaty says that in future, if there is a pandemic, then all countries would have to share vaccines with low-income countries, treatment protocols with low-income countries. So this treaty basically talks about that the entire world should work towards battling the new pandemic. Okay. But the problem with this treaty is that WHO does not have any power to force any country to do so. Yes, countries would sign on it. Yes, countries would promise that they would share the benefits of their treatments, their discoveries. But if tomorrow they refuse to do so, WHO cannot mandate them to do so. That is why this treaty is being termed as toothless tiger. Okay, because no international power has the authority to force any country to follow this treaty. So this is also false. No statement is correct. The answer is D. Question number 2. Consider the following statements. Tamil Nadu government has recently banned mayonnaise made from raw eggs. Statement 2. Since mayonnaise is made from raw eggs, its indiscriminate usage was being protested against by some religious groups. Now there are 4 options. Both 1 and 2 are correct and 2 is the correct explanation of 1. Both are correct but 2 doesn't explain 1. 1 is correct, 2 is not correct, 2 is correct, 1 is not correct. Okay. So yes, Tamil Nadu recently banned mayonnaise because mayonnaise is made up of raw eggs. And raw eggs have many pathogens. Okay, when you cook eggs, when you make an omelette or boil them, well, those pathogens die. But when you use raw eggs, well, they carry some pathogens like Salmonella, E. coli. These are bacteria that can cause food poisoning. So because there was this health concern, that is why Tamil Nadu government decided to ban mayonnaise. So statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 isn't. There were no religious protests against usage of raw eggs in mayonnaise. So this is false. 1 is correct, 2 is not correct. Option 3, the answer is C. Question number 3. Which of the following statements are correct regarding national parks in India? There are a total of 107 national parks in India. Any ecologically sensitive area can be declared a national park by the central government through an official notification in the Gazette. Boundaries of a national park can be altered by central government with prior approval of National Wildlife Board. Alright. So here's the thing. Yes, there are 107 national parks in India. The latest one was Simlipal National Park. Simlipal was earlier a tiger reserve. It has been declared as a full-fledged national park now. So that brings the total of national parks in India to 107. So first statement is correct. Now the power to declare any ecologically sensitive area as national park lies with the state government, not central government. So state governments through an official notification in the Gazette can publish or can declare an area to be national park. It's not central government, it's state government. Now, the authority of managing national parks also lie with the state governments. And state governments can also change the boundaries of national park, but they require prior approval of National Wildlife Board. So, boundaries of a national park can be altered by state government. So, this is also false. Only one is correct. The answer is B. Question number 4. Consider the following statements regarding Simlipal Tiger Reserve. So it is located in Odisha's Mayurbhanj district and is Odisha's second national park other than Bhitarkanika. It is the world's only home for wild melanistic tigers which have coats darker than other tigers. Forests of Simlipal are tropical evergreen forests, providing a rich biodiverse habitat. Okay, so Simlipal Tiger Reserve has recently been declared national park. It takes the total of national parks in India to be 107, but within Odisha, there are only two national parks now. The first one was Bhitarkanika National Park, and now it is Simlipal National Park. Okay, so this statement is correct. Now, Simlipal Tiger Reserve or Simlipal National Park is the only home for wild melanistic tigers. Now, these are the type of tigers which have high melanin content in their skin. Because of high melanin, their coat, their skin is darker than usual. Okay, so this is also correct. Now, forests of Simlipal are tropical evergreen forests. No, not at all. Forests of Simlipal are basically semi-evergreen in some parts, deciduous in some parts. They don't have tropical evergreen forests. So this is false. Okay, 1 and 2 only. The answer is A. And last, which of the following statements are not correct regarding Shimla Agreement between India and Pakistan? It was signed in the aftermath of 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War. This agreement, sorry, it's not correct, it is correct. This agreement allowed UN mediation for resolution of Kashmir dispute. The ceasefire line of the 1971 war was to be respected by both sides as LOC. Okay, so which of the below statements are correct? It was signed in the aftermath of Bangladesh Liberation War? Yes. It said that any dispute or the Kashmir dispute between India and Pakistan would be solved bilaterally. No third party would be involved, not even UN. So this statement is false. And the ceasefire line between India and Pakistan would be declared LOC and both countries would respect it. That was also signed in the agreement. So this is correct. So the answer is 1 and 3, C. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But it would add more value if you revise this lecture as well. Because like I say every time, revision is very important for remembering these discussions that we have in these lectures. Okay. Now you can revise these MCQs from the notes provided by us. And these notes are available on our Telegram channel. Okay. On that note, I'd be signing off. Thank you so much, everyone.